Well, hey there, small group leaders. My name's Danny, and I am thrilled to be able to join you on this journey as a coach for your Decide to Thrive small group. So whether you're a returning leader or you're stepping out into this role for the very first time, I just want to celebrate all of you guys for saying yes to stepping out and leading a small group. Small groups are a powerful way to foster connection, encourage growth, and inspire change. And all of these are vital when discipling the people in your small group. So today, I want to share a few tips to help you confidently kick off this season and make sure that your group experience is impactful. So let's go ahead and get started with tip number one, is you want to prepare practically and spiritually. Prepare practically and spiritually. It's important that you know that preparation is key. I grew up playing sports. My kids play sports. I enjoy watching sports. So, I think about teams a lot. And one thing that you'll know with a really good team and really good players is that they're constantly preparing. They're studying film. They're practicing necessary skills. They're working out so they'll be in the right shape. They're doing team building exercises so they're walking in unity together. Like a good team is always preparing. And I think the same thing for good small group leaders. We want to make sure that we are prepared. So what I want to do is I want to give you three key areas today that we need to make sure we're prepared in. I think the first one, it's probably a little bit obvious, but it's important to start off with it. We want to prepare spiritually. It's important that you pray for your group members, that you really ask God's presence to come into your time as you're meeting together, and really just ask God, Holy Spirit, please use me to be able to impact the lives of people here. And we have our team that are praying for you guys as leaders, but it's also important that you as small group leaders pray for the people that are in your small group. So prepare spiritually. The second area that you want to make sure that you prepare in is prepare your technology. I'm not a big techie at all, so in order for me to feel comfortable with my small group, I want to make sure my videos are working, right? When I press play, it actually plays. They can hear it, the audio working, the internet connection is all there. So you don't want to have any hiccups with that, so make sure you prepare your technology. And finally, number three, you want to prepare your people. You want to make sure that the people that you've invited to your small group are clear on when your group meets, where your group meets, what time of the day, right? What day, where are we meeting? Also, another really important thing is you want to make sure that they get their Decide to Thrive book and that they stay current on the reading. You can actually find the reading schedule on the website, churchoftheking.com/decide to thrive. That's going to be a super important website throughout this whole series. So get that book, y'all read through it together. You see, a little practical preparation and a lot of spiritual grounding really is going to help you feel calm but confident and really ready to guide your group and really help to step out and watch God do something special in people's lives. So go ahead, start today, start preparing. Our second tip is this. You want to guide, you don't want to dominate. You're a small group leader, you're not a small group teacher where you're talking the whole time. So as you prepare to lead your Decide to Thrive small group, it's important as a leader to remember that your role is to guide the conversation, not to dominate it. Be intentional about drawing quieter members kind of out a little bit, maybe by asking some open-ended questions that we provide for you in your small group leaders guide. Once again, if you need another copy of that, you can go to the churchoftheking.com, our website, and you can download it. So what happens is by giving everyone the space to share, you actually give people the opportunity to connect well with each other and really begin their journey of growth. I want to share this story with you guys. This is several years ago. We were kicking off one of our spiritual growth campaign groups, and my wife and I were leading it together. We were doing a couples group, and we invited a bunch of new couples. It was a brand new small group. We were starting from scratch, and so we were meeting at somebody's house. And there was this one couple that I really felt God told me to invite. If I can be totally honest, I was like, they're not going to come, God. But I obeyed and I invited. And we're about halfway through our first group. And sure enough, all the other couples that I invited came, except for that one couple. Well, about halfway through the small group, we hear a knock on the door. And it's actually that couple. And they kind of lean their heads in the door like, hey, is this the house where the small group is? And I was like, yeah, come on back. And I thought to myself, this would be very odd if this was not the house where the small group is. And so they end up and everybody kind of greets them and they sit down and both of them are super quiet. And then we go into time where I just say, hey, we're going to close our group with prayer. Is there anything anybody wants to pray about? And finally the guy speaks up. Man, he had a lot going on in his life, and he was finally ready to talk at the very end of the group when we asked, hey, if there's anything we can pray about. Remember, you don't have to have all the answers, right? But it's really about creating a space where people feel safe, really kind of exploring and opening up and discussing their faith, and really ultimately learning to hear from God through His Word, the Holy Spirit, and the relationship that He begins to place in their lives. And God's going to use you to do that. And one final thing to remember is this: don't be afraid to embrace the potentially awkward silent moments. Just be patient. Someone's going to speak up, and often that kind of opens up the rest of the group to where they start sharing. Meaningful discussions and relationships often take some time to unfold, so trust the process, be patient. Remember, you prepared by praying. Let God work in these moments. And finally, tip number 3 is end with a clear call to action. This next leadership key that I want to point out to you is the power of a clear call to action. So as you wrap up your group, I want you to leave them with something to think about or something to act on during the week, a call to action. The small group guide and the book, they have an action step at the end of each session. So as the leader, I want to make sure that you take time to review the weekly action step at the end of your group, and then I want you to start your next group actually discussing the previous week's action step as a point of accountability. These small but effective action steps are going to be crucial to life transformation. It's going to make a huge impact in people's lives. It might be a good idea to start a group text maybe and send reminders about their action steps throughout the week, connecting with them, encouraging them throughout the week and in between groups. Now, I've learned accountability is a powerful tool for helping people grow. I remember when I turned 40, which is many years ago now, I got a health coach because I didn't know what I was putting in my body, like food-wise, like, is this healthy or not? And this coach, she began to help me to understand I need to eat this amount of this and this amount of this and this amount of this. And I remember there was times I wanted to eat donuts instead, but I knew I was having a 15-minute phone call with my health coach every Friday morning. And there was something about that accountability that says, I'm not going to eat the donut. I'm going to eat a banana instead, right? So as a group leader, you can encourage your small group members, right, to take those simple steps by providing some healthy accountability where they're going to grow in their relationship with God and the purpose to which He's called them. And there you have it. Some fresh strategies to help elevate your small group experience. You want to prepare practically and spiritually. Go to God, pray. You want to guide the conversation, not dominate it, and you want to end with a call to action. And most importantly this, remember, you're not leading alone. Most importantly, God is with you. Our team, we're here with you to support you and pray with you every step of the way. And of course, if you have any questions, you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, smallgroups@churchoftheking.com, or just reach out to the small groups team at your Church of the King location. Thank you so much. Have an awesome first small group.